tier list videos. Videos that show characters and where they fall between the letters of S to F. S being the best and F being the worst. Everyone, hello. Welcome back to another Smash Legends video. Spaceface here, and today I'm actually going to be doing a tier list video. This idea was brought up by a good viewer of mine, and I guess they like my content, and hey, I thought I never did a tier list video, so why not do it? But we're going to break it down in segments of the type and role of the characters. So today we're going to be going over the fighter class of all the characters of Smash Legends. If you want to see me do more of these, like the Vanguard role or the Specialist or the Support, leave a like and subscribe and comment down below. Of course, I won't force you to leave a like or subscribe because that's just not cool. But anyways, let's get down to the list of the fighter characters. And as always, I hope you all enjoy. Mommy Aoi, which I'm sure you all know her as. Aoi is going to be the first fighter character in this fighter roster of the fighter role of SL. Aoi is a blue Oni, originated from the story with Kurenai. Her attacks can pack a powerful punch when used correctly and timed correctly. Her auto is where she basically swings her club and does decent damage. Her skill launches boulders, and if used in the ground, you can hit them twice as a ground auto and do massive damage. If used air, it will hurl a boulder up in the air, and to time it, you must air auto to connect with the boulder and do more significant damage. Else, if you try to do a ground auto, you will most likely miss the boulder and your extra damage will be cancelled. Her ultimate is basically sort of like Cindy's pile drive, is what I call it, but it's where she hurls herself in the air, does a little maneuver, and then slams to the ground, dealing damage to anyone hit with contact, and will also send a shockwave to other opposing players, mainly for Dominion, and will hit them as well. However, it is very evadable. Aoi's abilities based on HP, damage, skill cooldown, and damage amplify. You can use various combinations of these abilities to however you please, from making good quality plays to insane clutch moments. You can choose however you want to combinize your... Did I just say combinize? You can choose your combination of abilities. Now here in duel mode, as you can see, depending on the map you get, Aoi can be really versatile. She can be all round, used for aggression, and also apply a lot of pressure with her boulders. Now boulders is stacking the damage, doing increased amount of damage. However, the ultimate is just easy to evade, that it's just not that easy to hit. However, in Dominion mode, you can use each of these abilities to create really cool plays. You can utilize the range of the boulders, the skill, ground skill mainly. You can pile drive with air skill, and then use your ultimate whenever how you please to make creative plays. Now, the only thing about Aoi is that she has a big hitbox, so you really want to time your attacks correctly, and if you hit that ultimate, it will be so helpful, especially if you have the ability where if you hit somebody, and if it hits everyone else, it will amplify the damage they take, meaning they take more damage, and that's where you can create more suffice tactics. As you can see right here, if you hit it, it does a lot of damage and marks them with a red little, I guess, aura that makes them know that they can be damaged amplified. Now, because of these, in Dominion mode, I would rate Aoi as an A tier, and in Duel as an A tier as well, because both modes she can be very versatile and you can create various plays depending on the abilities you have with her.
Oh goodness, Space on Jacko, why you do this?
And if I ever need to improve on these tier list videos, please let me know. I know I'm just starting, so I may stutter a bit, but I'm just doing the best I can. Anyways, the next character we have on the fighter role list is Jacko. And Jacko is the robot magician whose origin story, I think some say are like Pinocchio, but nobody even cares about the backstory anyways. Jacko is a character who can apply so much pressure with his staff attacks and with his combos that he actually has. Yes, he actually has combos that can do massive damage, even probably potentially one-shot a Golden Kaiser. Yes, there is proof of that. I don't have it with me because I don't have the clip, but you can ask some of the other Smash Legends veterans about it. Anywho, Jacko's regular attack is a 2-hitting staff attack where you hit once and then do a follow-up attack. His air auto is another one of those where it just sends them downwards in a downward attack and can potentially lead to ledge spikes and pretty devious plays. But however, you must be careful because if you miss the attack, it will lead to a huge recovery. His skill, both ground and air, are just where he does a horizontal attack and hits them for massive damage and knockback. And of course, who can forget the funny ultimate, the surprise? The surprise is where he throws his little staff, turns into a spinning blade if it hits somebody on contact. If it does not hit somebody, it does not open up, it doesn't do the damage. But if you can still catch it, and if you do end up catching your blade, you can still get a refund of 88% ultimate back, where the blade can then be a combo starter and just basically a big damage dealer. However, if it hits a wall, it will just not open up, it will just come straight back to you. So be careful and use your ultimate wisely. Jacko is the #1 most complained character from us veterans because, let's be honest, the devs never touch him. And that's because of all the community saying that Jacko's a really fun character and that he really doesn't need any nerfs or buffs. And I think it was in a latest developer comment when someone asked why are we not nerfing these characters, it's because he doesn't want to make the game like boring for the new players. And if you ask me, that's kind of stupid. But in the end, Jacko is just another character who can just be played in SL, and well, I can't do really anything about it. But in the end, Jacko in Dominion mode, I'm gonna say would be a B tier because he's got to deal with a bunch of groups, and with multiple grouped characters, he can basically have the potential of just getting outplayed when he's getting mauled by 3 characters. And in dual tier, I'm gonna put him in the A tier, not putting him at S tier like everyone would say, because he still has his weaknesses in dual. Say, for example, the L map, the walls cannot make his blade appear and it will ruin his combo if it's timed incorrectly. And on the fire map, it's just a big map. People can just evade the ultimate super easily. Did you really think I was gonna stick truth to what I said? No, he's broken as God knows what. He's S tier in Dom, S tier in duels as well, and S tier in veteran hated because of that super armor with his ult. And as we all know, I main this awesome cat with a sword, and of course you know what tiers I'm gonna say for duels, but for Dom, I'm gonna get straight to the point. Actually, no, not straight to the point, excuse me. I'm gonna go into further detail, excuse me with my words, it's early in the morning as I'm recording this part of the video, but Master Cat is, of course, the king of combos and damage, and also the prince of character complaining. His ground and air autos are just forward slashes that reach almost 2.5 tiles and do significant damage, while his ground skill is basically launch himself upwards with a upward slash and do combos there, and his air skill is just him going downwards, basically the opposite direction. And his abilities are based off damage, speed, and ultimate, and also a bit of damage reduction. Now, Master Cat is, like I said, the king of combos. How I started maining Master Cat was, I was one day dueling Metsu, and he destroyed my Cindy as Master Cat, and I was pretty curious on how Master Cat can be played that well. And so, you know, I asked him for some help and for some tips, and he showed me some of his tricks, and ever since today, I still main this Master Cat despite the amount of nerfs he's had. And it's just ridiculous because players just complain that he's unkillable, but really, you just gotta catch him off guard. Anyways, enough about the pussy complainers. Anyways, Master Cat is a fighter, and his original story is obviously Puss in Boots. The damage of this character is like super big, depending on if you have the Mind Focus ability, which stacks up damage for each bar of ult you have. Master Cat's ult works where you have to attack 5 times, whether it be 4 autos on 1 skill, 3 skills, 2 autos, however you can hit your target. As long as you get 5 hits, you should be good. And yes, you get 2 stacks if you hit more than 1 target. Or if you hit 3 characters, you get the 3 stacks of ult. It's kind of ridiculous, but I kind of like the idea because Master Cat used to have 3 bars for his ultimate. In Dominion mode, he's not as strong like in duel mode because if he's focusing 1 character, another can just ambush. But if you're a good Master Cat player like me and you're aware of who is where and what they're about to do, you can just easily demolish a group of characters and just take the fight instantly. But if you don't have the health to do it, then just like that, as you saw, then you'll just get easily obliterated. Now, the tiers in this, the tier list says that Master Cat is in D tier, I believe, for Dominion, but that's just wrong because the devs and their official website and stuff, they're just not that smart as us veteran players, because with the garbage balance changes, I mean, Master Cat, I believe, is getting a health buff, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna finish this video, but he is getting a health buff before or after this video is finished. I'm assuming probably after, but anyways, Master Cat, his damage is good, his combos are amazing. If you want to know some of my Master Cat combos, actually not my Master Cat combos, Metsu's Master Cat combos, and some of the techniques I did, like the Master Cat slide, join the DF server in the Discord link down below in the description. But anyways, in the end, Master Cat in Dominion mode is actually a high C to low B tier, and in dual tier S. Before I go to the next character, I forgot to add one thing. For those Master Cat players who spam air skill, and if I see it, I'm just going to be disappointed, just so you know. So don't let me catch you spamming air skill. I need to see those actual combos. Meet Molly, one of the other characters in the metaverse of Smash Legends. Her origin story is based off the Jungle Book. Her auto is she does a 5-hit count combo where it does a certain amount of damage and pushes them back at the end of the combo, obviously. Her ground skill is where she dashes for a bit for one punch and then uppercuts them, launching them upwards. And her air skill is basically just an uppercut. And her ultimate is basically a parry, where you block and you deal damage back. Her ultimates can benefit damage, ult cooldown, ult damage, and damage scale based on HP percentage. In Dominion mode, she can be somewhat of a monster, but she wasn't as OP as before because her damage was greatly nerfed and the distance of her dashes, or basically her ground skill, was greatly decreased, and so was the damage of her ultimate when you would block an attack. And in dual mode, she can be somewhat of a campy character. That's how most people play her because of her rare ability which lets her do ground skill twice, which covers mad range and does some damage. And her aerial autos are really beneficial because it does a downward spike like any other meteor hit. Downward spikes are pretty fun to perform because you can just create creative plays and just do some kind of creative parry and lead your opponents to their doom. Now, Molly, on the other hand, has been receiving a lot of nerfs recently. Well, the last patch, I think they gave her a buff. But they reworked one of her abilities, which used to extend the duration of the parry, but also ult costed more. Then they revamped it where it would cost less. That's where they reworked the battle ready ability, I think is what it's called, and it's where the ult gauge is decreased by a lot. Now, there's one ability that I would use, and that's the one where it's based off HP percentage. With your parry, you can do like almost half amount of health, like you just saw with that hook. And if you land a parry, it's just very beneficial. Now, I don't have much information on Molly, basically, but in the end, I would say that Molly in duels is an S tier, definitely. And for Dominion mode, I would give probably a low B to an A, somewhere in that range. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to have to break this video down in segments because my device only allows a certain amount of storage to hold itself, and there being 11 fighters, I obviously can't do 11 in one video. That would probably be like, I don't know, at least half an hour, and I'm sure nobody would want to watch an hour video based on a tier list on a certain game. So please bear with me, but don't worry, I will have more parts of the tier lists happening. I will definitely finish the fighter role because, again, there are 11, and the other roles don't have much compared to the fighter role. But please bear with me, and thank you for watching part 1 of fighter role tier list. Let me know what your thoughts were in the comments below. But until then, I will be working on the second part. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.